Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Foodstuff now is as costly or as rare as gold is, simply because the cost of buying them is on the high, and for that reason it has caused a lot of persons to wonder what went wrong. How come foodstuffs are generally very high these days? Well, it was discovered that there have been a threat to by the northerners to ensure this happens. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Professor Darah, the Delta State chairman of PANDEFF, has positioned that the threat by some northern cabals to ban northern foodstuff to Rivers State and southern Nigeria is a welcome challenge. Professor Darah, who spoke extensively about the perceived imminent face-off, said, "What food items does the North sell to us that cannot be produced in abundance down south? Beans, rice, potato, yams, cassava, and so on. They all grow well in Niger Delta." Continuing the erotic academic Don observed, Uwekweron Kingdom of Orobo leads in sweet potato for chips, consumed in hotels, restaurants, and food joints across Nigeria. Onions do well in northern and Ogoja area of Cross River. Our rainforests are fertile for peppers and diverse spices. He explained that all the farm needs of the people of Niger Delta State are in the plantain and banana belts, which play host perhaps to the biggest plantain market, specifically the weekly one at Zarama in Bayelsa on the east-west highway. Thus, our carbohydrate needs are met. He remarked that the Niger Delta can still support itself for their protein demand, saying, "As for our protein, we can be self-sufficient because Niger Delta region is naturally endowed as it has the highest number of rivers and waterways in Africa." Professor Darah, relying on dependable data from impeccable sources, said, according to the World Bank publication of 1995, there are about 250 fish species. In 2003, Governor Ibori of Delta State took a delegation to Thailand and saw fishery and shrimp ponds that stretched for kilometers. Asian agri-experts visited Delta State in 2004 and used vehicles, canoes, helicopters to identify potential fishing havens from Sekulewo near Ondo State boundary through Betere, Escravos, Focados, Puruto, Odimodi, Ege, Agoro, Bomadi, Patani, Ume, Asabase, Abo, Onyaoko, Asaba, and Ebo. The report they produce must be somewhere in government house Asaba. He added, as for livestock, we have adequate lands for breeding pigs, goats, sheep, poultry, ducks, turkey, pigeon, and so on. Oil palm and raffia proliferate in the Niger Delta. In fact, in truth, what foods do northern states transport to us safe that gives them the impotent, impotent, and the voice to threaten a food embargo? He acknowledged that perhaps the difficulty we may have is that our southern politicians are unwillingly thinking and applying strategy to transform our natural resource abundance to wealth and prosperity for the general good. While making his closing remark, Professor Darah maintained that the Niger Delta people should encourage the northern food cabals to carry out their threat to stop the food supply. That is when our politicians will realize that the business of governance is more serious than winning elections and riding important luxurious jeeps, he concluded. Wow. Some days back, apparently, the North got angry that the way that they alleged that they've been burning their moxies and the way they're attacking their people, that in fact they will stop supplying food grains to the South simply because they're not well taken care of and their moxies and the people are being endangered. They're now endangered species and all that. I'm just paraphrasing anyway. But Prof now here is saying, oh, so because of the issues, we've done worse really. Let's look at this critically. Just simply because of whatever issues we're having, you now want to use foodstuff and say you will boycott foodstuff so that the South will starve. And Professor is saying, please carry out these threats, make it quick, make it fast, expedite the action. In fact, work on double on your double. If there's anything you can do, make it fast. Let the threat be carried out fast, quick action. That way our governors will know that governance is not all about driving the finest car, because we have to start wearing our think tank caps. We start we're using our wearing our thinking caps and start strategizing. We are blessed. We are blessed in the South in every true sense of the word. And he just took his time and explained. I don't want to repeat what he has said. He just took his time and explained how abundantly rich the South is. South is. I'm talking about the whole of the South. You can imagine, in the South, we have majority of the water. When it comes to the aquatic animals, we got it in abundance. Look at Biafra. It's actually surrounded with water. Okay, so you can actually get proteins there. We still also have agriculture, There's some countries that are not even water as blessed as southern Nigeria is, and they're thriving well. The likes of Singapore, they got some of their species from Nigeria years back, and they're doing well. Do you know what are we saying? And some the Netherlands are now saying, because they produce grain, because over time we have decided to do what we have comparative advantage over. So, okay, fine, since you guys are into ranching or you guys are into cattle rearing, take care of the cows while we look into oil and gas. It doesn't mean that the source we have in our farmlands don't produce goods. They do produce crops. If you plant them, we will produce goods. Is that why Fulani herdsmen are not allowing our youths, are not allowing our farmers to go farm, so that at the end of the day we will have food crunch? Just what we are facing right now, where foodstuffs are so expensive. All we want is security. No wonder the Southwestern governors are insisting that there should be true restructuring, true federalism. Let every region face themselves, and let all regions have their security network, true security network set up by the indigenous people, and let's begin to fix our region squarely. I tell you, the South is going to have a lovely time. I tell you. And one of the northern chieftain was saying something. He said, look, let's not do this restructuring people are talking about, because if you're talking about restructuring, you want to make it as if it's autonomous nation to nation. That won't all go well, because some parts of the north are having security issues. But Aerofire is even saying it's a welcome idea, so that everybody will begin to wear their think tank caps, and every region, yes, every state will begin to look inward and look at what they have comparative advantage over, and begin to harness them, so that when you call yourself a governor, you start thinking, not, oh, let me sit down there and see what that thing I can take, and just sit back and collect taxes and see how I can, not really thinking deep and looking inward. We are so blessed. Just maybe, that's what the South needs. That threat to food shortage that will cause us to begin to think. And let's see if our governors rise up to the occasion. But of course, it's just a threat. But although generally there has been a high level of increment in foodstuff, probably because our farmers are no longer going to the farm, simply because of the insecurity that we are facing right now in the country, coupled with the NSAS protests that took place and have taken the police officers out of the road, with Fulani herdsmen not having a field day, makes it also almost impossible for farmers to go back to their farm and plant and also reap what they have sown. Well, that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's a take on what Professor is saying? That look, Northern Cabal, bring it on. We like that threat that you're boycotting food, you're not going to bring us food supplies, or you're not going to bring southern region food supplies. Bring it on. We are ready for the challenge. Let's see if we're going to starve or if we are going to explore the natural resources, God-given natural resources that is so richly endowed in southern part of Nigeria, and watch us boom and grow. And watch our leaders also, our governors, go out of their relaxed mode and wear their thinking cap and bring us out of where we are now into where we ought to be as a region and as a nation. That's where we're going to wrap it up. What's the take on what Professor said? Is it a yay or a nay? Is he right in his analysis, or do we think we do not have the right to do what we are doing, but rather we should totally depend on the North? Don't forget, they have a lot of agriculture. Let's interact in our comment section.